What happened to Harry Truman's house? This video is about the house of Harry Truman. Guys, there is a small reminder. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any newly uploaded videos. And hang on till the end of the video, so you don't miss any part of this interesting story. First things first, do you know who Harry Truman is? As the 33rd President of the United States, Harry S. Truman strongly opposed Soviet expansionism in Europe and dispatched American forces to repel a communist invasion of South Korea. He guided his nation through the final phases of World War II alongside the early years of the Cold War. Here we dive into the story. It was crucial in 1944. As the nation struggled with World War II, Truman was thrown into the vice presidential position. When President Roosevelt's heart unexpectedly stopped beating, fate stepped in and forced Truman into the Oval Office. Truman decided to drop the atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in the face of one of history's most important decisions, despite never being made aware of the ongoing Manhattan Project to create the world's first nuclear weapons. Truman, though, distinguished himself as more than just a wartime leader by building the relationships that gave rise to NATO. Domestically, economic difficulties and rumors of corruption hampered Truman's presidency. But his dedication to civil rights, as seen by his presidential orders desegregating government agencies and the military, showed a leader who was ahead of his time. By 1952, Truman had made the decision to resign, weary but unfazed. As a tribute to his tenacity, Truman's post-presidential years were distinguished by introspection and legacy building, which culminated in his memoirs and the acquisition of his first home. However, the story could have stopped here, with Truman fading into the annals of history. He had never owned a home. Harry retired from working and he and Bess, his wife, moved into the house owned by Bess's late grandparents. The Independence, Missouri, Queen Anne-style estate had been built for Bess' grandfather in 1867 and later expanded. So, here we take a look at the most attractive characteristics of this house. The house was a combination of recent and historical photographs to give us the greatest sense of how the home seemed when the first family lived here. The ultimate design was one of Independence's most famous Victorian residences, measuring less than 8,800 square feet, which had 14 rooms. The route was illuminated by an electric lamp supported by a bronze maiden in the central hall's Victorian-style unpainted millwork, which extended to the excessively high ceilings. When entering the living room, it is described as cozy and overstuffed with furniture. The fireplace mantel frames the glazebrick fireplace surround with built-in shelves in the corners as well as a modest rosettes theme. The music room, where the members of the family were going to play their favorite songs on the exact Steinway piano that had been in the White House during Truman's presidency. At this point, we can turn around and return to the main hall, noting a few of the little items along the way, like the ashtrays and newly potted plants on the coffee table. From here, the dining area has been decorated to host a dinner party. Let's continue with this into the kitchen, which features dazzling red and white wallpaper, yellow linoleum flooring, and brilliant green cabinets. Their home was never intended to be flashy, rather, it was intended to be a haven where they could spend their later years together, each with their individual tastes. When we consider that this is how a previous president lived after leaving office, it is intimidating and, for some, a familiar and relatable sight. See the library upstairs in the back. A straightforward but peaceful screened-in porch off the side of the property gave the couple a place to relax and take in some fresh air. Let's move up to the second story and start investigating the bedrooms off the central hall of the second floor. We will first go to Harry and Bess's room, where they slept in two separate beds, as was typical at the time. They weren't really modern, but their room did contain a television that was in the way of the fireplace. The northwest bedroom has floral wallpaper, light furnishings, and carpeted floors. An ensuite was incorporated into their bedroom. There was a formal dressing room with built-in wardrobes as well. There are still a number of rooms remaining in the house, most of which were utilized as guest rooms or to provide storage for seasonal decorations and additional chairs for big gatherings. Until his death in 1972, Harry was a resident of the home. Bess also passed on the house and its belongings to the National Park Service when she passed away in 1982. Since that time, it has undergone considerable renovations and is now a home museum currently open to the public. That brings us to the end of the video. Thank you for being to the end of the video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and tell us what you think about this video below in the comment section. Let's meet again with another interesting video.